Turning now to the mayor's race, where affordability was on the menu and questions were asked about Zoran Mamdani's pledge of free bus service for all.
This is voter enthusiasm. We're told about the race continued to skyrocket after 4 days of early voting. More than 297,000 New Yorkers cast ballots, and there continues to be a long wait time at a handful of polling places. Are always enthusiastic. Marcia, Kramer is here covering it all.
Beyond enthusiastic. Well, in the last days of a campaign, candidates try to play to their strengths. For Zoran Mamdani, it was an affordability platform, but he met an unexpected derailment. MTA head Jano Lieber questioning why buses should be free for rich people.
Can I get an egg and cheese on a roll with jalapenos?
It was bodega day for Zoran Mandani as the Queens Assemblyman placed his order for his preferred version of one of the city's most affordable breakfasts. Though truth be told, many New Yorkers would say, hold the jalapenos and please add bacon. But you could say it was Mamdani's attempt to bring home the bacon to voters, and that his city-run supermarket proposal and other ideas will make their lives more affordable.
I'm running on a BEC agenda. It's not a bacon, egg, and cheese. It's bringing economic change.
Mandani picked up the endorsement of the United Bodegas of America, whose members only a few months ago had blasted his plan to create 5 city-run supermarkets. But while that was a coup, Mamdani faced some unexpected blowback from the head of the MTA, who questioned why rich people who can afford the fare should benefit from Mamdani's free bus proposal.
I want to make sure that people of limited income get priority in this discussion, that we're not just giving a ton of money to people who are riding the 104 on the Upper West Side, where I grew up, who take the bus on Broadway.
Andrew Cuomo was quick to pile on.
That's Jano Lieber. What he's saying is take a lot of years to study, which is a politic way of saying it's a dumb idea.
This, as a new poll shows that Andrew Cuomo, while still trailing, has cut Zoran Mamdani's lead. The Quinnipiac University poll had Mamdani 43, Cuomo 33, Curtis Sliwa 14, undecided 6, and 3% who refused to say who they support. Given those numbers, Sliwa, a Republican, was asked if, as a person who clearly loves the city, if he's worried that his candidacy will put a Democratic socialist into City Hall.
Let me just say to everybody, first, I'm not dropping out. Number 2, if a Mack truck hit me and I was turned into a speed bump out here, I'm still on the ballot.
A spokesperson for the Queens Assemblyman insists he's not backing off his free bus proposal and intends to, quote, make it a reality if he is elected. Meanwhile, both Cuomo and Sliwa were on Staten Island telling voters they want their support. Coming up at 6, I'll tell you how that's working out for them.
Marcia has all the answers at 6.
We'll try.
We'll try.
Thank you, Marcia.
Thanks, Marcia. And of course, as we know, the New York City mayoral election is just days away. Jessica Moore sat down with 8 voters, 6 who know who they're voting for and 2 undecided, to get their take on some of the hot-button issues, from students at John Jay to former members of the military. We're hearing from New Yorkers concerned in the voice of the voters.
Show of hands. Who here is voting for Mamdani? Okay, who here is voting for Sliwa? Cuomo. And who is undecided? CBS New York polling and John Jay polling shows that affordability outranks almost every other issue in this race, so let's start there.
I feel like Mandani's the best person just because he has clear-cut policy. So, for example, he pitches the fact of increasing more stabilized apartments and complexes that we see across the boroughs. And so by him allocating some of these properties in order to go towards rent stabilization for those who might need it is a little bit better than just acknowledging that the affordability issue is there.
Rent freezes are not good for cities. They do make the rent-stabilized apartments less expensive when they're implemented, but they make rent go up in the non-rent stabilized apartments. What do they do to the quality of affordable housing? What do they do to the price of my rent? Because I don't live in a rent stabilized apartment, and I see Cuomo as the person who's going to make sure that doesn't happen.
I believe Cuomo is the lesser of the 2 evils. I don't think any form of socialism has place in the United States at all. And I don't think his financial policies, such as taxing the top 1% of New Yorkers, is particularly going to be effective, because those 1% have the ability to relocate out of New York. I don't think putting one government-run grocery store in each borough is even going to help.
Indira, what were you going to say?
How are we ensuring that the people who are getting rent-stabilized houses
are the ones that need it and not just anybody who fits the quota or who says that they need it.
How likely do you think it is that Mamdani can implement some of these ideas? I mean, the free bus rides, the government-subsidized grocery stores, the rent freezes, they do sound good, but how likely is it that he can actually pass legislation that will make that happen?
He's going to go and reassess the budget that we have for New York City and be able to allocate those funds in a different area, as opposed to saying this is something we need to tackle, but with no clear initiative.
From working and interning at the Brooklyn Housing Court, just to put face of like the type of people that we're talking about, these are the people that I'm like concerned about. I get to see them every single day. Like women, our children, people my age, people that I go to school with, and they're struggling to pay for school. Zoran Mandani talked about like increasing investment into CUNY. Those are things that are not only going to impact me, but my brother who's coming up.
Are there things about what Sliwa has planned that you think would actually increase affordability?
I think the property taxes of the city are ultimately too high for a lot of people, but so I think that's a tangible affordability item to keep people here that have lived here a long time in this city.
Mr. Sliwa, while I'm sure he has ideas that are going to improve the lives and the pocketbook or wallet of everyday New Yorkers, it's more so about what Mr. Mamdani and what Mr. Cuomo have done to hurt us in the past that I'm afraid of giving to my future family.
And our panel did cover a range of topics. Tomorrow, we'll get their take on how public safety is factoring into their vote.